loves, welcome back to my channel for another video. If this is your first time here, welcome to Jé Luxe Budgets.
Maybe this is where our story starts. Maybe it was written in the stars, written in the stars. You, me, forever, yeah. You, me.
Hey everyone, welcome back for another video. This is going to be episode 3 of me getting back on track with my budget. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Jess. I am a cash budgeter. Here on my channel, I make videos all about planning and budgeting to become debt-free, specifically using the cash stuffing method. So if that is something that you're interested in or aspiring to learn how to do, or if you are trying to get back on track as well, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you follow along and join my journey. Today, we are going to be taking a look at my savings, you guys. I have completely depleted my savings. I'll just go ahead and put that out there. Y'all know I like to keep it 100 on my channel. And first and foremost, disclaimer, I know I am missing 2 nails, y'all. So if you don't know, I do have a second channel, which is my primary channel for gardening. So y'all, I was out in the yard this morning pulling weeds bare hand. I feel like I pulled 1,000 weeds, y'all. Insert a clip for you guys. But yeah, y'all, I popped off 2 nails and it's actually time for me to put on a new set. It is Sunday. I do my nails on Sundays to reset. So yeah, y'all, please ignore the raggedy hands. But we are going to take a look at my savings today. I definitely need to take a look and see how much I've saved so far, which I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all. It's not a lot, okay? Y'all know I like to keep it 100 on my channel. I'm completely transparent. So I just want to take a look and see what I do have saved, make sure I am on track with the sinking funds that I have planned to continue using throughout the rest of the year. And then also see what I can throw towards debt. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump to my savings extra income planner is what I'm going to be using. I do have a section in here for savings challenges, which I am right now using as my debt tracker. I've been getting a lot of questions on when my planners will be available. You guys, I'm still working on getting my printer fixed. Okay, so right now I do not have a tentative date, but I will definitely keep y'all updated. Last night I literally sat down for 3 hours and worked on redesigning some of my pages, which I am so excited to release for you guys. So you guys definitely stay tuned. But okay, so we did do a whole video on the extra income that I have thus far. And so far, y'all, I have paid 2 payments on the plan. So I went ahead and paid off my Lowe's promo. Yay me. And I also paid off my phone with Affirm. Y'all, that's 2 more debts knocked out the park. I'm so excited. So I still have yet to make my payment for Affirm, which is the next one in line, because I'm still waiting on that credit to hit and I don't want to overpay. And then once that hits, I'll see what is left over to throw towards Amazon, which I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, I have been doing some shopping, but I also have sold some things. So we're gonna take a look at all of that. I think first, let's see what's in my online sinking funds so far. So I did start an online sinking fund to save up for vacation, which I have transferred all of that over into my boyfriend's fund so he can do whatever he wants to do with those funds. I also have one to save up for our roof payment. So basically me and my boyfriend have been contributing $100 each every month to pay off my roof by the end of December. So I need to take a look and make sure we are on track with that. And then also I have one for my car taxes, y'all, and literally there's nothing in there. And then last but not least, we have my e-fund. So let's see what I have so far. I have my laptop over to the side to pull up that account. And as of today, I need a piece of paper. Where's my note paper? All right, now we can get into these numbers because y'all know I need to write stuff down. Okay, so first up for my roof, go ahead and write roof, sinking funds. I have $845.32 saved up so far. The goal was $21.65 to pay off by December. So Okay, so with this being my goal, I need to figure out how to get back on track because right now we are at the end of July. So that is what, 7 months. We were doing 200, so I'm gonna do 200 times 7. I should have 1,400 saved up so far. So let me deduct what I have saved, which is $845.32. I need to figure out how to come up with $554.68 to get me back on track to where I need to be. So I'm gonna write this number in parentheses. I need $554.68 to put me where we should be. Okay, y'all, that's not looking too hot. Okay, so let me see what we have in my emergency fund right now. I have $276.85. Y'all, so if you guys watched my previous video, I think I mentioned to y'all that I had like $200 saved up in my e-fund. I actually have more than I thought. So we can definitely throw some of that towards the 554. So let's go ahead and deduct that. I'm gonna go ahead and deplete my emergency fund, y'all. I'm just gonna make that executive decision. Okay, so if I put that towards that, that will leave me with a remaining balance of $277.83. We're gonna put that towards the roof. Okay, y'all, I know this is confusing, but this is how I gotta make a plan for myself. Okay, and then in my checking, I have $52.69, which y'all, this is a checking account that I hardly ever use. So I'm gonna go ahead and deplete that as well. Let's throw that over to the roof, which leaves me in the hole $225.14. Okay, we're gonna have to figure out where this money is going to come from. Okay, so my plan, you guys, was to, let me flip over to my my debt snowball here. Okay, so here is my plan, you guys. And if you missed my debt confession video, I will have it linked. But I have a total of 19 debts that I'm trying to pay off, you guys. And I have put them in order of how we're working them. So far, I've paid off Geico and Klarna. This one will be paid off hopefully within the next few days. I'm just waiting on a refund to post. I did pay off Lowe's promo. I paid off Affirm. And I'm working on American Express. So my plan in my head, you guys, and I don't think I mentioned this in the video, is once I pay off all of these buy now, pay later Affirms and Klarna accounts, I want to start then building up my emergency fund. So in the meantime, I am okay with depleting my emergency fund. I'm okay with that, y'all. And if emergency happens to come up, I can always pull from what I have saved up for the roof. Also, I have a $1,000 open line of credit that I didn't know about. I also have another $4,000 credit card open line that I paid off last year. So technically I have $5,000 open available to me if I need it for an emergency. And I already know y'all, I already know we are trying to get out of debt. So if an emergency comes up, hopefully, fingers crossed, by the time I get to my last Klarna, I can start throwing some into emergency funds so I don't have to charge it on a card. But at least I know that I have some money saved up in my roof sinking fund that I can always go in and use. Okay, so let's go ahead and make that plan on paper. And I'm going to do this in pencil because y'all, when I tell you, I have been like, y'all can see here, I've been doing everything in pencil because I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things, y'all. It has been a rough start back into budgeting. So what did we say we're going to do? I'm gonna go ahead and write my sinking fund is going to be my roof that we're working on. And we are going to put $276.85 into my roof, which will put me at, hold on, let's do the calculation again. $845.32 plus $276.85. So that'll put me at $1,122.17 saved up. My goal as of July is, what was the number again, y'all? 200 times 7, 1,400. Okay, so we're still shy of goal. Also, towards my roof, I am going to throw $52.69 from my checking account. So I'll have $11.22.17 plus $52.69 in there, which will put me at $1,174.86 saved up towards my roof. And then again, my goal is $1,400 as of July. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now, let's take a look and see how much I've saved up in my little box here. I did start my savings challenge box earlier in January, and I didn't make it very far, y'all. I think I made it to, we made it to the second paycheck of February, and then I fell off of budgeting. So let's see what we got in here. I've got 7, 10, and 15. That's $32, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna pull that out. I'm gonna have to make me some new envelopes to start over next year, because you guys, hopefully next year I can start doing some more savings challenges, because again, last year all I did was pay off debt. I did not do any savings challenges, and it kind of burnt me out, just because savings challenges is what keeps me motivated and excited for cash stuffing. So I definitely want to try and do both next year. Okay, so we've got $32 going back into the bank. Let me get my cash pouchettes. Okay, so I have 2 cash pouchettes that I carry. Actually, I have like 4, but my green one is stuff that I'm going to be depositing into the bank. The black one I carry for withdrawals from the bank. So that's how I keep track of what I'm doing. So we've got 32 going back into the bank that I'm going to put towards the roof. Y'all, I'm trying to get my roof back on track and not have to worry about scrambling. So $32 will put me at $1174.86 plus 32 will put me at $1,206.86. And again, we're trying to get to $1,400. Okay, y'all, we getting there. How much are we short? $1,400. $193.14, y'all. Okay, we coming down. I'm telling y'all, every little bit. I don't care if it's $1 here, $2 there, $4 here, some change. All of that adds up, y'all. Just throw it towards your debt and get to the goal that you are trying to reach. Okay, so I feel good about that. Now let's take a look at what I have saved up in my binders, because I have some low priority sinking funds that I really kind of don't feel like I want to keep saving for right now. Debt is priority, so let me find, okay, hold on. Sorry, I've got my whole like caddy here and low priority. Here we go. Move this out the way. Okay, so this one is my low priority sinking funds binder. And again, these charms, this binder, all of this is available in my shop, y'all. I just need to get my life so that I can reopen the shop for you guys. And okay, so let's see. I have an auto sinking fund. I have a maintenance. This is for home. Medical has nothing, and escrow has nothing. Okay, so let's see what we have in auto. I'm okay with depleting this, you guys. We can build it back up. We got 5, 10, 20. So that is $30. 1, 2, okay, $40 and 2. Let me make sure I did that right. Hold on. Should have organized the money first. Okay, so we've got 20, 5, 30, 5, 40, 1, 2. Okay, cool. $42 in auto. Set that over to the side. And then maintenance, I have more than I thought, y'all. Come on out of there. Okay, let's get this organized. Let me move the binder. I'm still working on my office renovation, y'all, so bear with me. I know my setups have been kind of not what you guys are used to if you've been following along, but hopefully in the next few weeks or so, I'll have my office back together and we can get back to my normal filming. Okay, so I've got 20, 30, 540, 550, 560, 570, 576. Okay, so 76 plus, what we say, 42? Oops. 76 plus 42. It's 118 bucks, y'all. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna put this back in the bank and get this organized because y'all, I'm so anal. Okay. So 118 also will be going for deposits. This is going to go to my roof. $118 added to my 1206.86 will put me at $1,324.86. And y'all, we're not that short now. $1,400. I need $75 more. Okay, so I feel good about that. I don't really think I have anything else in my binders. Let me just double check real quick. Because y'all, I never started my sinking funds. This is my okay, yeah. Everything is set up and ready to go because I was supposed to start in March. But I don't think I actually stuffed anything. Here we go, car taxes. We definitely need to set this one up. Fur babies, Jaxley has grooming, which I'm not going to touch because he's going to the groomer next month. We just stuffed that this pay period. So, okay. That's it, y'all. That was my savings. Literally, like everything else has already been transferred over towards my other online sinking funds, and I have already made those payments towards debt. So I'm $75.14 short of goal. Oops, I didn't write that. 1,400 is where I need to be. Okay, I just had to figure out where I'm doing with this money. So all of this I'm going to go take to the bank, make a deposit, and I will put that into my roof sinking fund. And at least I know I only need $75. I might pull, instead of doing American Express, like this much American Express, I might pull and go ahead and get back on track with the roof. Because when I tell y'all, we need to knock this out by December, I think I'll feel better about that. Yeah. And lastly, y'all are probably wondering what this fountain is down here. I have been saving to purchase a fountain that I have been wanting for so long, and I'm almost there, you guys. So I'm not going to stop my savings on that. This is something that's already in the works. It's kind of a debt, but not really, just because I've been saving for it. So yeah, that should be up and coming really soon. But that is what my savings is looking like, y'all. I feel better. I got it out of my head. On paper, I know my plan, and now I just need to execute. So, all right, so now that I know what I'm doing with my current savings, I need to figure out what I'm going to be doing for sinking funds going forward. And I know I have a long list here. We are going to focus on my highest priorities, which is going to be my car taxes, grooming. I think I'm going to pause on fur babies because they're good for now. But I also need to do the roof, which we already figured out. And then I want to start a sinking fund for Jaxley. Jaxley is my dog. He has a lot of medications that he is on. So I need to start a sinking fund for him. So we are going to figure out how much I need to be setting aside for each one of these categories. And I am going to fold this in half because I don't think I need that notepad. And hopefully I can bring y'all in a little bit closer. Okay, there we go. My phone was tripping, y'all. All right, so first up for car taxes. My car taxes are due in January every single year, and they are due right after Christmas, right when I'm always broke and I used to always be stressed out, which is why I stress so hard about saving up for my car taxes every year. So they are due in January of 2026. My goal is to save up $475. I have no clue what my tax bill is going to be this year, I always base it off of the prior year. So this is what it was last year. We are now at the end of July. So let's calculate how many more months I have to save up for my car taxes. We have August, September, October, November, December, and January. They're due at the end of January, so I do count January. So that gives me 6 months to save up what I need, you guys. So let's go ahead and figure out how much that is per month. Again, I'm starting from 0, so I need to save up $475. Why is this not working? I need to save up $475 in 6 months, which is $79.16. I'm then going, let's go ahead and write that down. So $79.16, I'm going to round that up to 80. And then per check, I divide that by 2. So I'm just going to round it up to $40 per check. $40 per paycheck. I need to be putting that towards my car tax sinking fund, y'all. Woo! Okay, that's okay. That's why we're getting out of debt, y'all. That's why I'm knocking out all these little itty bitty payments so that this won't be such a burden for me to pay every single month. Okay, next up is grooming. Jaxley's grooming appointments, I think they have now gone up to $75. So I'm going to go ahead and write 75. This one is a revolving sinking fund. And by revolving, I mean it is one that I will stuff and unstuff throughout the year. So for my due date, I did have it at 3 months for the past like 5-6 years that I've been doing this. But I have just moved him up to going every 2 months now. So we're going to update that. And you know what? I'm going to throw in what I'm just going to throw in. No, we're going to keep it. I was going to change the amount, but I'm going to keep it at the minimum. And then if I have extra funds, we can throw in some tip money as well. But anywho, how many more months do we have to save up for Jaxley's grooming appointment? He is going in August. So I literally have 1 month, but I'm going to budget 2. Just for this I use this as like my Bible for the year. You guys, this I refer to multiple times when I'm doing my cash stuffing. So normally I would have 2 months to save up this $75. So we're gonna do 75 divided by 2 is $37.50. I'm gonna go ahead and round that up to 38. I like to work with even numbers. Divide that by 2. So per paycheck, I need to be stuffing $18.75, and I'm going to go ahead and round that up to $19 per paycheck. So now I know when I'm doing my budget each pay period, I need to be adding $40 for car taxes, $19 for Jaxley's grooming. Okay, the next one, I'm going to skip over all of these because I don't plan on doing any of these sinking funds until I get a hold on my debt. Like I want to make a good chunk into my snowball before I start working on any of these other ones. Roof is due by, am I in frame? Barely. Okay, let me slide this up. Y'all need to see the book, not my decor. Okay, roof is due by December of 25. The goal is $21.65, and we have August, September, October, November, and December. We have 5 months to get there. So we just budgeted how much I'm at right now. So let me get to what we just said because I can't remember y'all already. So hold on, let me put in $21.65 minus what I already have saved so far is we'll have $24.86 after I make my deposits. So the goal is $840.14 by December. How are we gonna get there in 5 months, y'all? So I'm gonna divide this by 5, which means I need to be saving, ooh, you guys, $168. Okay, we're gonna be over. That's what's up. Anywho, I need to save $168. You know what? scratch this. I'm gonna do this as if I started in January, because this is actually the only sinking fund that I really did not fall off from. Yes, we did miss like, I think 1 pay period or something like that, but we're not that far off. So I'm gonna say I started in January. We had 12 months to save this up. 2165 divided by 12 months. I needed to save 180 per month. And roughly about $90 per paycheck. And again, am I writing zeros? What's going on with me, y'all? I told you I am still so rusty on budgeting, which is why I love that I use erasable ink. Okay, so we should have been doing $90. I just made it easy for my boyfriend and myself to do $100 every single pay period. So we will be a little bit over, which is okay, because again, y'all saw we just calculated. I'm about 75 in the hole, so the extra will definitely cover that. Okay, and then lastly, I need to figure out what I want to do for Jaxley's sinking fund, because some of the medications that he gets, I think is a 30-day supply. The other one is about a month and a half. So I think I want to do this monthly. So this one doesn't actually have, why did I write 20 here? What does this mean? I am so sorry if I confused y'all with my due date here, but I have no clue why I wrote 20 there. Normally, I don't have a due date for my revolving sinking funds. This Jaxley one will be a revolving as well. My goal, let's see, his medication is, one of his medications is about 120. Another one is 2210. 142.10, that's 2 medications, and then his vitamins are about 35, roughly. I'm gonna just say Jaxley needs $200 a month, okay? That should cover everything, like his food, everything else. So goal is 200. How many months do I have to save this up? I'm doing this per month, okay? Just so I have extra if needed. And how much per month? 200. How much per paycheck? He needs to get $100 per paycheck, okay, at least. And I'm gonna talk to my boyfriend to see if we can work on splitting that, because technically Jaxley is both of our dogs. So I'll see if he's willing to go in half on that with me. But okay, that is my plan for my sinking funds, y'all. Like, whew, I feel a little bit better. I feel a little bit stressed with this, but I feel better with knowing that I have some funds to go into my sinking fund to get me back on track with the roof. And then as my snowball starts rolling, y'all, once we get past all of these buy now, pay laters, then I do plan on rebuilding my emergency fund. So yeah, you guys, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you all found this helpful and inspiring as always. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how your budgeting journey is going. If you are in the middle of saving, if you're having to pause your savings, let me know down below. I really appreciate everybody who has left me a motivational comment, or if you've said that you are starting over with me. I love that I'm not doing this alone, you guys. So anywho, I'm going to go ahead and do my Sunday reset. We're going to take these nails off. I'm going to go do my toes. I got some cleaning and laundry to do, but I thank you guys so much for tuning in for this video. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will catch you in my next video. Happy budgeting!
Written in the stars, you will be forever.